What's left then is to get it on. And to do that, let's go up to the ring announcer, Michael Buffer, for the pre-fight introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
And here we go, round 2. Last week we did a pre-fight prediction of, we broke down Spence, we broke down Bud, we gave who we was liking in the moment. Now we hear the week of the fight. It's early in the week, so we've been doing a little looking and searching, and it's gonna be a real close fight, but I think we might have some change of tides for this episode. So make sure y'all hack in and follow us to the end so we can tell you who we have as of today. But make sure you like and subscribe, because we will be doing a pre-fight show on Friday with Robbie the Rockets. Bet that. We got Big Cat Crush 19, and we got 500 when your boy Black. So make sure y'all hack in Friday. Big Cat, where do you fall in line at with your pre-fight prediction?
Well, man, I'm still gonna ride the horse I was on last week when I was saying that Spence Jr. was gonna go ahead and take care of this fight. And from what I'm seeing, it's still Errol's fight to lose, even if it goes a different distance. See, and this is what people don't understand. If it goes a distance, Crawford is gonna have to knock Bud down. I mean, Crawford gonna have to knock Spence down at least 2 times to win a decision, because Spence have all the belts. Can Crawford do it? Can Crawford do it? Yeah, I think he got the potential to do it. But then I look back and say, how many times have his chin really been touched? Ain't nobody really touched his chin like that to where he been tested like that, and Earl's gonna put him through that test.
I had Spence going to the last show, but man, we going with Bud, man. We smoking with Bud. Man, we smoking with Bud, man. Listen, hey, y'all know that Jamaican Bud some trash and it's garbage, right? Y'all know it's garbage, right? Yeah. We going with Bud. Round 6 TKO.
Oh no, wait a minute. Wait a minute now. I know I was the first one that said TKO.
I'm standing on it. Round 6.
6th round TKO.
Okay. The Bull. You gonna think Tyson boxing? You gonna think he was created from Tyson sperm?
Oh, watch. So here's the first flip. The first flip is you went from being Jamaican, smoking on the Bud, to now you Team Bud.
Yeah.
What
harsh.
exactly?
It was too harsh.
What
changed you?
The Bud pack was too harsh, man. What changed me was, man, not like that. Bud, he fighting for his mama. He got a different type of drive, bro. He been fighting all his life.
Every fight.
Okay, exactly. So he got the drive to not lose in front of his mama, right? And on top of that, he got the most experience. He
ain't ready for that pressure that Errol Spence
is everything.
Put on him, though.
As a southpaw, what the southpaw gonna do? He only got one fighting style.
Hey,
what that's gonna do?
But he keep that pressure on.
It don't matter when you good at that one thing.
That's like somebody who taking Taekwondo and somebody fighting somebody that know Muay Thai and yeah, that's what he is. I'm just saying. If he just, I just watched the pivot. I know everybody watched the pivot interview. He just said he was more talented. He just said Errol Spence was. I mean, he just said Crawford was more talented. He said he more skillful. He more talented. It came out the horse's mouth.
He said he had more talent, but he said that Bud had more talent, but he got more skill. You know what I'm saying? So
that's saying he's a better athlete.
What'd you say?
That's saying him. Yeah, that's saying he's a better boxer. But I'm coming with the fundamentals. That's what he's saying. He's saying he got the skills and everything, but I'm coming with the fundamentals to outweigh the skills.
That ain't what I got from that. Look, what I got from that is,
what you mean that ain't gonna work?
Look, he's saying that he's saying Bud Crawford is more athletic. He's more of a better athlete than him. He could probably do more sports than he can. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to the boxing shit, he's saying like, I got that. That's what I got from that shit. Like he's saying boxing, like I'm a better boxer.
but he a better athlete.
Yeah, what I got from it was he was saying that Bud is maybe more fundamentally better than him because he can fight out of both stances, southpaw and traditional, and so he might be he might be better in that sense. But he's saying as far as just fighting and all that other stuff and having the heart and the intangibles that it take, he might have more of that than Bud Crawford. So I think that's why he was saying he was better than Bud, because he got that it factor. He got that dog, the part that you can't train for. But he's saying if I'm looking on paper, that I'm gonna say that Bud is better because Bud got power in both hands and he can fight out of each stance. That's how I took it.
The only thing I'm gonna say on that, Spence is bigger than Bud. Spence lost a few pounds. Bud had to gain a few pounds. That's
naturally
the only
stronger.
thing I say the advantage that Spence got on Bud. That's the only thing I can say. Skill wise, power wise, I'm gonna go with Bud. But weight wise, he went down weight. What's the name? Bud had to come up weight. So that's why I say he got the advantage. That's why he talking big daddy. You know what I mean? He said he lighting the ass. That's basically what he telling you, lighting the ass. That's what I got out of it. You know what I'm saying? What I seen in that part of it. Because he keeps saying that to him, like I'm bigger than you. You're too small. Like what you say, Cuzzo? You're too small, too big.
Little boy Rico, huh? Little boy Rico, what you call him?
But I ain't no switch hitter. I'm going Crawford. I'm gonna stay with Crawford. I'm not that jab. You know, Spence got a jab. He got a nice jab. He can keep jabbing you. He keep catching one of them jabs. You know, it might be all she wrote, murder she wrote. A jabs did to the body. It might be a wrap.
Them jabs opening up for the hook. He gonna gut that fish, like he said.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
He gonna gut that fish.
I'm smoking buddy.
That jab is in your face. You can't even see that hook. You don't.
Hey, so look.
Well, when you fight both styles, you gonna see the hook coming.
Hey,
that's all I'm seeing.
So y'all saying if y'all in Vegas right now, y'all putting your money on Bud?
I'm putting my money. No, the money is on the draw.
But the money is on Bud already. We on Bovada. You hear me?
Yeah.
We on Bovada.
That's why I'm on the yacht by myself, because y'all niggas always tripping. So I'm gonna sit on this island by myself. And I'm gonna smoke my Bud back there.
We got a little bit of Bud pack for you.
Hey, get loaded, nigga.
I be watching boxing, bro. I don't even think that shit gonna be close. I think Errol Spence gonna whoop that boy.
And man, so I was looking at Spence, and remember, there's a couple things that I did like about Spence. I liked his composure. He's not shaking, and he looked like he already know what to anticipate. I don't know. I might be the flop to your flip, bro, because Spence is looking like he got so much. He got so much confidence, and then it ain't nothing that he hasn't seen.
It's like he been there before.
He been there before, you're right. And so the thing about it is, yes, Bud is good. He's a formidable opponent, enough to get his respect. But at the end of the day, has anybody really tested Spence to the point where we felt like, oh, Spence is not that guy. He's not him.
Hey,
what we keep falling back on is that car accident. That's the only thing that people can say about him is that car accident. But we haven't seen any fall off from him. But then again, he only fought once or twice since the car accident. So
in his last fight, I thought he was hurt. But after watching that little show that they got for the pre-fight and all that, I thought he was hurt. But he said that he wasn't hurt. His mouthpiece had just fell out. He thought his teeth had came out and shit because he got little partials and shit. I thought he was really hurt. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, he wasn't even hurt. He was just worried about his damn teeth.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He thinking about this in the middle of the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's doing that?
That boy got like a 2-piece and he didn't even have to pay for it. He just took it.
Hey, look,
he said you can keep the fries.
Right.
Hey, if it came to power, who y'all taking if it came to power in this fight? Who is y'all taking?
There's only one person that got all the power.
Wait,
there's only one person that got all the power.
All right. Bud, he got power, but he moving up in weight. You gotta think about it. Is that power gonna measure out to hitting heavier dudes? You know what I'm saying?
It's not like he new to the division. So you right though. He has to come up. Does his power translate where Spence, because Spence, he's actually heavy enough to go up. So can Bud's power translate to like
in a heavier division?
Higher, heavier division, exactly. Because if not, if Spence feel like, oh, he can't really hurt me, then it's gonna be big troubles in Little China.
Hey, but then that could be trouble.
That's
if you
what
feel
I
like
said.
you can't get hurt and then do get hurt.
Yeah, I would agree in order for him to win, he does have to knock Spence down. I don't agree that he has to knock him down twice, but he does have to knock him down. And the thing is, Bud does have that power, because I watched a fight yesterday. Boy, that boy gave that man a 2-piece body combo. The man walked in there and asked for it. He just wanted a breast. He gave him a breast and a thigh.
He gave him fries and red beans and rice.
Mongo or somebody, I don't even know his name, but the dude had hit him right. He had landed on the ground. The referee was counting him out. He literally rolled over like he was in the bed, not about to give him no ass, pause, and went to sleep.
That's crazy. He got power. I mean, it's undeniable. It's undeniable.
Yeah, but now we might be sleeping on Spence's power too, though, because I've seen him do some people dirty.
Got some power too.
Spence got a lot of
Spence
power.
Put cats in the hospital.
He got a lot of power. He got a lot of power too.
I seen
him put a nigga in the hospital. The nigga said my legs can't move. He said my legs can't move. Now you gotta hit a nigga hard. You gotta hit a nigga hard for him to say his legs can't move. You hit him in his face, boy. You know we was going through his head. He thought he was a baby again.
Power. I was watching Earl's fights. Yeah, I was watching Earl fights. Yeah, I seen the body shots. He was landing on some niggas, making them tap out. Like, oh no, that's it.
I mean, like I say, man, he a busy fighter. He ain't gonna keep the pressure on Crawford, bro. Like the whole fight, he's gonna keep pressure on him the whole fight.
Yeah,
he one of them dudes that don't seem like he get tired.
Yeah, that's true. And after seeing that interview with the on the pivot, he was just talking about how he just always want to touch you, always want to touch you. You know what I'm saying? Like always want. It don't have to be something to hurt you. It's just activity. And so that, and I think that might play in the hands of Bud, because Bud because he does have a high ring IQ, and so that makes for a good fight.
More chances to counter.
Spence, he's a pocket fighter. He's not the kind that's gonna run from you. He could box with you, but he will stand in the pocket with you and start throwing them things. That's a good fighter when you can stay in the pocket and go back and forth. And if you have the ability to do that with a Bud, and Bud not intimidate him, then that could be something else too. We might be seeing something that we need to see at least 2 or 3 times.
I agree.
Hey, wait, I thought it was like no rematch clause or something.
Yeah, it's a rematch clause.
Is it?
Yeah.
He can ready to go up to the next weight.
It's a rematch clause for sure.
No, but I think Spence
30 days or something like that.
Spence could have been went up, but it was on him to say, "Hey, I really want to tie this knot and walk away the undisputed, where his hands down, that nobody can say, oh, I avoided Bud. He had a belt and I just moved up and I avoided him." Now for Bud already unified a weight class before, so he know what that feels like. Like he said, like it hits different when you can say that I'm the champion of this division. Like hands down, it ain't nobody else that you can say that to about. So with that being said, he might want that same thing to tie it up for this division as well and get a unification. And if he wins, I'm pretty sure Spence is going to want his rematch. And then that's when I know that we'll see this fight at least 3 times, because I'm not seeing them beating Spence 2 times in a row. I'm not seeing neither one of these guys beating each other 2 times in a row. That's why I feel like we need to see this. This needs to be a trilogy. Will it happen like that? I don't know, because Bud is getting older, and then if that does happen, that prolongs Spence's career of going up as well. And people want to see him fight like what the Charlos and the Canelos and all that other stuff. So it'll be interesting how this plays out.
He ain't gonna beat on Canelo like he doing.
I was just getting ready to say, like, Canelo finna beat on Charlo.
Yeah, Canelo a beast. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, he getting ready to beat on Charlo next month.
But But about that on the pyramid at the end, they was talking about the rematch clause, and they was saying Bud said something about like he wasn't gonna ask for a rematch or something if he got beat too bad or something like that.
He sounded defeated already, didn't he?
Nah,
Yeah,
That
Bud
sounded
ain't say
sounded like defeated.
nah.
If I
That
get beat up
mean
too bad, man, I
if
ain't
I
gonna ask for the rematch.
nah it that's what they said he said.
No, I know
On
I
the
know
pig.
exactly what you're talking about, and that's the first. My first thought was like, damn, he sounded like he already lost.
But then listening to the interview, that didn't sound very like confident and like enthusiastic about fighting him either though.
That's how he talked,
but
though.
that's the way he talked, though. That's
Yeah,
the
that's
way
how he
he is.
talked.
That's his whole demeanor. He ain't
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
really fully excited like that.
Yes,
He did say this
and
was
that's
his
the part
most
that got me
exciting
about
fight
him.
though.
And
Go
this is
ahead.
the most that I've seen him talk too, though. And even with that
Right.
being said, it looked like he still got the laissez-faire demeanor. Like, I already know what
He
it
the
is. That's
Kawhi
what got
Leonard of
me.
boxing.
He the Kawhi Leonard of boxing, right? And that's what got me nervous about him because
Look where he
for a
at
person,
now.
for the person that has that kind of demeanor, he does his homework because it was a time ago when they first wanted to start talking about fighting and they pulled up in the same spot. And Bud was like, how do you know I was going to be here? He's like, I put that on everything. I knew you was going to be here already. And he was like, I FaceTimed you. And he was like, I didn't know your number. You know what I'm saying? What that shows me is he steps ahead of Bud Crawford already.
Man, cheers.
So it was the hot sauce thing. Like I said, it's those little things. It's those little things. And when you have a person with a demeanor like somebody be yelling at you, hey, you know what? I'm gonna do this to you. I'm gonna do this to you. Da, da, da. And you be like, yeah, all right, whatever. That's the dude.
Yep.
That's the dude.
Hey.
That's the dude you might want to pay attention to because that man's hands might be registered or something. He must go work out 2 times a week at the MMA gym and all that. He like, yeah, whatever.
Nah, for
Just
real.
put your hands on me and we gonna see what happens.
Yeah.
So I don't know, Spence. I'm not hopping over the fence, but I'm definitely looking over it right about now. Like,
I'm a fan of them both. Like, don't get me wrong.
Me
I'm
too.
a fan of them
He
both.
on your lifeboat on the other side of that yacht.
Hey, you think if one of them get hurt, can they bounce back from it? Can one of them
get hurt? How?
Like
hurt
if they
how?
get stung a little bit, can they get out of that? Or are they done?
Oh, I think this
Have you ever been hurt before?
No, I think this would be a fight where
both of their chins is rocky. Both of their chins rocky.
Don't be surprised if I would not be surprised if they knocked each other down. Not at the same time.
I've seen Errol Spence
like
get hurt before. Errol Spence been hurt before in the ring.
Yeah,
he still won the fight. But I mean, I seen him with his shit wobble.
Yeah,
basically been tested. Have they ever been tested before?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Not by no power. Not by no power like that though. He ain't been tested by no power like him.
Not like lights out power. No, I mean like.
But I feel like you gotta be tested.
If Bud would have hit him like dude would have hit him, he would have been sleep, night.
I gotta think that if you box long enough, you're gonna get tested. You're gonna get tested if you box long enough. It's how do you recuperate off that? Like my
everybody
man
been tested.
Say, I want. There's a difference between acting like a champion and fighting like a champion. You know what I'm saying? And fighting like a champion is when you get tested. How do you bounce back? Even if you were to get knocked down, how do you bounce back? You know, so I really think both of them have that acumen. I think we, like they said, it's a pick 'em. I'm surprised that Bud Crawford is the favorite. I'm surprised.
And he didn't went up by even more now. He minus 155.
Man,
I think when we first started, he was like minus 125 or something like that.
What's that site you went on? Let me go put some money on fucking Spence. Y'all tripping. I need to make me some money right now.
Look, Spence plus 130. You get $130 to your $100.
Okay.
So it's a southpaw to southpaw fight. Like I was saying earlier, you know that
it ain't no
boy can fight with both hands. And so one of the big questions was, how do you defend against a southpaw? And for Bud Crawford is to become a southpaw. And with that being said, that's an advantage right there. It just is an advantage.
I mean, but look, how's that an advantage? I'm sorry to cut you off. I just want to know how's that an advantage with him switching to southpaw because he's fighting.
He's bilingual. He's bilingual.
Okay, angles, and not to mention, let's say if you're training for a southpaw, right? But then he gives you the more conventional stances. Now it throws you off your training. Or now you got to train for both. So that means you can't focus on one because you don't know how he really gonna come. Or it's southpaw versus southpaw, so it makes it more like a right-hander against a right-hander. So what used to be your advantage as a southpaw is no longer an advantage.
Okay, to that point, I feel like I've seen a whole bunch of fights where fighters get confused trying to switch back and forth, or they stay in one style too long. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You got one fighter that's fighting one type of way. Let's say that shit go 12 rounds. We got judges looking at this shit, and they looking at who's more consistent. It's gonna be the that's fighting the same style the whole fight, and he's gonna be putting that pressure on him too.
Well, Bud switched styles throughout
that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be hard for Bud when he got somebody constantly coming at him, throwing punches and touching him and shit, and he's sitting up there trying to switch up. You know what I'm saying? From southpaw to orthodox.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, like it can make it look like you're confused. It make it look like you can't find a way in.
Out there. Yeah.
But he's the best switch hitter.
Judges.
He is the best to ever do it. He the best to ever do it.
That's true. But has he ever fought somebody like Errol Spence?
Right.
Errol Spence, man. I got put somebody. God dang it. That way too big.
Errol Spence is way he got reach on him.
He too big. Like my boy, when we said for basketball, he too big. God dang, I don't see that little baby. He gonna hurt that little baby. I just thought about that. This boy, I love Crawford.
They only like 10 pounds difference though.
Nah, boy, this way body is just. It's like a grown man.
He's from Texas.
That boy is a big boy.
Let me see these pictures in the background.
Look, I'm watching something right now, and I'm like, God dang, he just a little bit too big.
The picture you got in the background.
Like he hit that boy. He hit Crawford with any of that. He might go to sleep.
Hey, I'm a boxing fan, bro. I'll be watching boxing.
Hey, he hit it with
it's like
that,
I don't see how people got Crawford.
I'm going with Crawford still. Because Crawford, he got Mike Tyson knockouts. So I'm going still with Crawford. But he's better not get hit by any of them.
He got the Mike Tyson.
He better not get hit by any
I just
of that.
feel like if he's smoking any of that Jamaican shit before the fight, he's going to sleep.
Highlight on nigga. So,
okay, look.
He spins bigger than that.
Nah, that's
a picture.
That's
it. So what I do to the picture then?
No, like say what I go look at it.
Still bigger than him. He was still
bigger than him.
You gonna look at him, he bigger. Like if you go look at the weigh-in, just look at the height.
I showed that on the last one.
His breast area.
He is bigger than him, but
it's his breast area.
Look, the thing about it is they're in the same weight class, so they can't be that far off.
Well, he went from 154, and what's the name went from like 137.
No, when they come to boxing, that shit. A lot of people got that shit like fucked up. Like Floyd was so good because he walked around at his boxing weight pretty much. You know what I'm saying? When a lot of people gotta go up and down in their weight, that shit weaken you. You know what I'm saying? It take a lot out of your body and shit like that. So like, let's say for instance, say you gotta lose 15, 20 pounds or something like that. You don't think you're gonna be a little bit weaker if you're losing all that weight in a short amount of time?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy you said that. You could be at box, lose the weight. On Tuesday, you could be ready to box, right? There. But Saturday, you may not be the same boxer. Because they were saying like when they was fighting them boxers, he could have been a raw ass Tuesday, but when it came Saturday, he was a bum. So boxing is not like you ain't the same person every day when it comes to boxing. Now he losing all that weight. He might be right now, he look good. But come Saturday, he may be weak. Because he lost all them pounds.
Lost all that damn weight.
So right now he might be a raw ass boxer. He looking good today. Boom, 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 boom. But
okay,
Saturday coming like, I lost all the catch.
Now think about a boxer that had to gain weight. You know what I'm saying? He might be a little slower. You know what I'm saying?
They know how to eat.
But see, the thing about it is, all this would be a factor if we're talking about middle tier boxers. This stuff
that stay in shape all year round.
Yeah, so for like Bud probably walk around in his boxing weight, like you were saying. He probably closer to walking around to his boxing weight. Whereas,
Exactly.
like I was saying about Spence's, maybe the weight drain. He might have to lose a few pounds or whatever, and then he get it back overnight the next day. You know what I'm saying? It comes back.
Yeah.
But to Crutch point is Spence already jumped on top of that by getting a dietitian, start not being able to not running the streets, having like little changes, so that way he don't have to be so drastic in his training, like you were saying. Because when you have to train drastically like that, it does, like you and Robbie said, it does affect you from the time of the weigh-in to the ring walk, and when you actually walk in the ring, you end up gaining 10 pounds between that time,
Yep.
and that tear your body up.
Bingo.
They just weigh in and then go put as much protein as they can up in that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Rehydrate all that shit. It's gonna be a good fight, man. End of the day, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I already called the day off. I put the shit in. I ain't working that day.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So I know you're gonna be on Business Decision Sports. I'm gonna drop you the link so that way we all can have a fight party.
We're gonna be fired up.
For
Yeah, we're gonna be fired up.
For sure.
Hey, I keep saying Crawford, but I think I might have to put that money, and I'm not even like switching. I'm taking Crawford, but god dang, this Spence is just
Errol
too
Spence,
much,
bro. I'm telling you, put your money on Spence.
It's too much. I didn't look at it like that.
C500, you got everybody flip flopping.
Man,
no, hey, look, we just
at the beginning of this, he just said he wasn't a flip flopper. I don't know what he's talking about now, but hey,
I said
He
Crawford.
flip flopping, nigga. I got room on my yacht for him. He can come kick it with me.
Errol
he said he
Spence
got
team.
room.
I'm budding. I'm still Buddy, man. I gotta go with Buddy Crawford, man. Buddy Crawford, man. Yeah, I gotta stay with him.
Now I'm gonna put you out there on the tender, let you ride by
Hey,
yourself.
look. Let me ask y'all this: Are y'all going with Bud Crawford because y'all know more about him than seen him boxing more?
At that weight class, I was more impressed for both of them. They fought Porter. I was impressed by when they fought Porter, both of them. So that was I was more impressed by Crawford than I was by Spence. That's the reason why I said that. I waited.
But Spence had already beat him up.
Yeah, but come on, man. Come on, man.
The reason why
I chose Porter. Now that's the only person they really fought.
I mean, Porter was decent, but like
Porter
Porter
was at the end of his career anyway. It ain't like
I like Porter too, but like I felt like he was outclassed when it came to them two.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't take one fight and try to make that be the litmus test for
Styles
both
make fights.
I think I choose Nutty Buddy because I like how he always went about his fights in general, all his fights. He go in there, he handle business. He don't look like he's shaking. He look like he know what he's doing. He don't look like he's outclassed. And it looked like the only person that could probably even mess with him is Spence. Now, being on the flip side, I could say the same thing about Spence, except for now, Spence had the little detour where he was inactive for a year, 2 years, or whatnot, and that does make a difference when you're talking about two elite people, because 80% of Spence is probably better than 90% of the whole weight class. But when you're talking about somebody that's right there with him, those little things might matter. Now, does those little things that he pay attention to make up for that? It could. It's no different than when an OG fighting a youngster. The youngster got more energy, but the OG know I'm not about to throw a million punches. I'm going to throw the ones that count. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So with that being said, I don't know. It's a toss-up. So who do y'all have so far early in the week? Put it in the comments, because I don't know yet. I just don't know.
Down there, y'all. Let us know. We want to know.
We gonna know for sure.
We get y'all
in the next couple of days. I just gotta sleep on this one. I'm going with Crawford.
My buddy.
I ain't switching up.
My honest opinion, I really think he's gonna get beat. I mean, it might not be no knockout. It might be just a little friendly fight, but he gonna lose in 12. If it go 12, he gonna lose.
Oh man.
Spence said he don't care if he knock him out or he win the, it go 12. Long as he win the fight. Both of them gonna say that, right? But if it go, it's a saying, you got to knock the champion out in order to get those belts. So if it go, it's either going to be Spence go win in a draw, or Spence, if it go 12 rounds, Spence will win or it's a draw. If it go 12 rounds. But if it don't go 12 rounds, you got to go and cross. You get the cross show.
So you saying Crawford going to knock him out? That's the only way Crawford going to win? You saying he going to knock him out then?
This is we are.
That's hard. That's
I got mixed emotions. I got mixed emotions, cuz. I'm over here smoking Bud Pack on the yacht with you gotta come on, yo. You with mute. You don't win on mute,
Scratch. Even if he outboxed him,
I ain't with no
outboxed him, he lose.
I say I'm smoking the Bud Pack on the yacht now, man. It ain't the Jamaican though. It's Pretty Boy. It's that Pretty Boy Spence pack on the yacht with me. About this fight though, right? Spence ain't fought as many tough opponents as Crawford.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, he has, and he beat him up.
Who?
Errol Spence. That nigga done beat up everybody, bro.
Yeah, I'm talking about. I know he beat up everybody, but.
And so is Crawford. So Crawford got about 2 more fights, 9 more fights than him. So
imagine all the other fights he didn't win that ain't been recorded, that he done knocked out.
I ain't taking nothing away from Bud. He got the hands in both hands. He got the power. That's not what I'm saying. I like both of them, but in this fight, I'm going with Earl.
Smart man.
He gonna change his mind by Friday. But
no, he ain't gonna change his mind. He ain't gonna change his mind. He gonna be on an island by himself.
Island by himself.
I'm on a boat. I'm on a yacht. I'm on the other side. I'm on the other side of the yacht. Y'all tripping. What you talking about?
You on your way?
I'm on the other side. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. It's a little rocky right now, but I'm on my way, man.
Are you gonna make your way back to Team Spence?
I gotta see something. I gotta see something impressive. You got good facts. You got a lot of good facts for Spence, though. I thought you was on Spence side for a minute.
It's just hard to just try to weigh it out.
Oh man, you had a lot of facts for last.
You know why I gotta go with Bud?
Too.
Why I gotta go with Bud?
Come kick it on the yacht with me, cause
let me tell you why I gotta go with Bud.
On the yacht with me, cause
I gotta go with Bud because he dark skinned.
This nigga.
They both. Nigga, Earl from Jamaica, nigga. What you talking about?
I don't care, nigga. Nigga could be from El Salvador, Ecuador, the motherfucking Yucatan Peninsula. Bud is darker than him.
And that's your basis Jamaican for picking him.
Omaha. Y'all know what that means. Y'all know what that means.
Don't mean
paid Manny.
Don't mean
shit. Yeah, you know what it means.
Paid Manny.
You know what that means.
Don't mean shit.
You know what it means.
And that came out of Peyton Manning's own mouth. That don't mean shit.
That's a lie. That's a lie. It meant something. It meant something. People still talking about it. So obviously it meant something. It meant a lot it meant something to a lot of people. It might not have meant nothing to him, but it meant a lot to a lot of people because I sure seen defenses going like this when he was talking about Omaha. It meant something.
Man, like I said, man, it sounds like you've been on Spence side since the first episode. You got all the facts. You got more facts than me for Spence. He bringing all the facts for Crutch.
Nah, but see one fact that he can't get over.
I think he on that shit, man. He on that yacht, man. I think he in one of the rooms downstairs. It looked like he in the cigar room downstairs. Right. I don't know. He in the cellar. That's where he at.
Yeah, he done left downstairs from the yacht. He done went downstairs to the cigar room on the yacht. He think he's slick.
I see.
He all right.
Yeah.
He all right.
He'll be up top on Friday.